We are live from Gavlak Field, Panama. Man, when we're moving on these bleachers,
yeah, boy.
It's a little suspect. We are live. Senior night here from Arnold. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. And if you missed the Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming pregame show,
what were you doing?
Yeah, what were you doing? No, we've been getting some power surge courts situated out here at beautiful Panama City Beach, ready for the Arnold Marlins hosting your Mosley Dolphins. Again, David Hayes on the call here with Kyle Wright. Again, want to thank all of our sponsors. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. And we'd like to thank Mr. Eddie's Barbershop, Beach House Sales and Development, Bite Me Custom Treats, Countryside Lawn Care, Bay County, GolfWithJ.com, Price and Sons Fencing, KL Skaggs Heating and Air, and of course, Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge, 1389, Reliance South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, and Whitehead Plumbing. Also want to thank Dermatology Associates, Skin and Cancer Center, Rosemary and Thyme. I got to turn my headphones up here.
If you don't mind, we're learning on the fly.
We're going to take Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming. We've got the captains ready at the 50-yard line, or they were getting ready to. Mosley getting ready to run out onto the field. And I guess we're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll break away. Keep it locked in here as we'll let you hear the national anthem. Let's get ready to play some football live from Gavlak again. David Hayes and Kyle Wright. Arnold Marlins getting ready to take the field as your Mosley Dolphins in the white hats, the white jerseys with the green numbers.
Yeah! We're sandwiched in tonight, baby.
This is going to be some great Friday night football. We are looking forward to it here from Gavlak, and here come the Arnold Marlins in their black helmets, black jerseys with some beautiful royal blue numbers and black pants as they take their sideline. Kyle, last week the Mosley Dolphins clinched their district against Niceville in a overtime finish, 42-36. Give me some of Kyle's keys to the game as we get ready for the GolfWithJ.com first quarter.
I guess I'll put out an orange alert if you see if you're here at Gavlak Stadium and you're listening on some headphones. If you see a notebook sitting around somewhere, it's mine with my keys written down in it. It's actually down there in the wagon, so that's a great place for it. All right, man, this is going to be a great game tonight, Dave. The key to the game for the team overall is to control your emotion, right? You know that these county games are always going to be difficult. These kids grew up playing against each other. You had a big win last week. Not necessarily last year, but the 2 previous years, it seemed like Niceville was the focal point. And once the Niceville game happened, there was a little bit of regression for the team, if we're just being honest. That did not happen last year. I expect this team to kind of get it done tonight. On the defensive side of the ball, they need to get pressure on Will Cotter early, force him to make some mistakes. He's kind of a one-man band on this team. He's a very talented young man. If you can get some pressure on him and take him out of the game early, Mosley should be able to establish dominance. And then, hey, in honor of the late, great Ace Fraley, on offense, we're going to kiss, baby. We're going to keep it simple, stupid.
Hey, there you go. I will say Will Cotter is who they move their offense through, but you got a couple of guys, the wide receiver and defensive back with 5 interceptions this year. Darren Elder and Dalen Davis, number 17, are some guys to watch out for on this Arnold Marlins football team. And, hey, we are ready for a Bay County clash, and it'll be Arnold kicking off to Mosley to get this thing started. We're on the away side this evening, as we normally are for Mosley's road games, and excited. A little smoke on the field after the senior night introductions for the football players here.
I actually think we might have a little burger action firing it up in there. That's grease smoke, baby. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I've taken a whole lap around the field looking for an extension cord earlier. And we finally made it happen to make the Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby Broadcast.
Thank goodness we did that on Friday and not Monday. Hey, this is going to be a heck of a game tonight, Davo. I'm ready, baby. Are you ready?
Here we go. Clint Wizard to kick it off. From the right to the left, it is Henson Holden from the end zone. He takes it across the 20-yard line. A hole opens up. He's on the far side of the field, makes
Henson.
another move. He's across the 30. He's across the 20 and goes out of bounds for a long return from number 10, Henson Holden. And I see no custom trees, but I do see down there Adam Land, the training staff, headed out to him. The bright orange gloves and the bright cleats and the bright future for Adam Land as the entire band sits down out of respect for the injury. And we will break away with 11:45 left here in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. And Adam Land is headed off the field with the training staff with a noticeable limp there on the left. Well, I wouldn't even call that a limp. But that is tough to see as Mosley just got a great return from Henson Holden all the way to the 21-yard line, and that is where the Mosley offense will start with 11:45 remaining. We've got a tie ball game live from Gavlak Stadium, and there's plenty of space here on both sides to come out and watch a great football game here on Friday night. Also, I don't know what the extent of it was, but Jaleel Reed, the quarterback for Rutherford, also went down with an injury. I don't know if it's as bad as what some of the thoughts are, so I don't want to go into that, but thoughts and prayers with Jaleel Reed as I've missed the first play of the game, and Mosley will get to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, you hate to see Adam Land go down. Like you and I were talking there in the break there, you never want to see anybody get hurt, but you definitely don't want to see your Division I tight end go down, especially, with what's kind of coming up over the next couple of weeks. There's no secret. This Mosley team did clinch a playoff spot last week.
And there is a Bite Me Custom Treats penalty flag flying in on the play. So Technically speaking, Kyle, I have not missed the first play of the game. That'll back him up to the 26-yard line. Henson Holden comes off the field.
We're still batting 1,000 for the season.
All right, shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers split out to either side. Sammy Chisholm's going to get the ball. He'll run to the far side of the field, makes a man miss, pushed out of bounds, getting back to the OLOS.
OLOS, the O-loss.
Original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Expect to see a lot of Sammy Chisholm tonight.
Dude, did you realize that he had, like, while we were calling the game, that he had 150 yards last week?
That's insane, man. That's happened a couple times this year, and he just does it in the most sneaky ways.
Trips to the right. JP rolls to the right. He's looking deep. He's got Jamarcus Halstead.
Oh, wow.
Fletcher Taylor makes a readjustment, splits 2 defenders, and he will be into the end zone for a Mosley Dolphins touchdown.
a little out of sorts tonight. Yeah, I'm glad that line judge saw that. I think the one of the judges was going to mark him out at the 1, but that ball definitely crossed the goal line. I'm going to be honest. I thought that was an interception. I did not see Fletch coming across the field, and a great play right there. Great strike, great catch, great start for the Mosley Dolphins.
Fletcher Taylor getting in on the action, and also one thing we will not be calling anymore is the golden toe.
First look here, Talon Moore taking over the kicking duties. I've heard he's looked good in practice this week.
Here's your punter, low snap. JP grabs it, kick is up. Kick is good. And they've got a little celly between Talon Moore and JP Holsomback. What a drive for the Mosley Dolphins, 21 yards and in.
Yeah, I mean, a great start. I mean, you like having the great fielding position, or the great field position, so shout out to Henson Holden with the great return and a great play call right there on 2nd down.
7-0 is the score. There's 11:06 remaining in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. David Hayes, Kyle Wright on the call. Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. We're live here from Gavlak, 7-0. 11:06 remains in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. That was a Beach House Sales and Development touchdown and a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down. At the same time, we did have the Bite Meat Custom Treats penalty flag fly in. As Talon's going to kick a line drive. It'll be fielded at the 10-yard line. He'll run to the inside, and he's got a little space opening up. He'll inch towards the 30-yard line, finalizing his return at the 28.
So one thing we'll have to get used to a little bit there, Dave, is seeing a return by the opposing team. Obviously, Mav, a lot of touchbacks coming off that foot this year, so
I did not even think about that. And, you know, the senior Talon Moore is the punter. He also was a former backup quarterback and then changed over into defensive back. So he's had a very impressive career, and his growth as a defensive back has been highly evident this year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you kind of like just feel, man, if he would have had that extra year last year, he is very, very good. But imagine if he would have got that extra year of playing time under his belt. My goodness.
Will Cotter's got his running back to his right. He's got 2 wide receivers split out on either side of the line. And to start, we're going to get an Arnold timeout. That is brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Matt Simmons, call him at 850-896-4156. They specialize in the complete year-round lawn care of homes and businesses, so the Marlins must not have liked what they saw from what their initial scripted game plan was.
Yeah, and it's obvious Coach Griffin wants to kind of get his team off to the best start possible. And, you know, this Arnold team's had a rough season, man. It obviously started the first half of the season. Coach Griffin was not with the team. They've had some tough losses. They've had some big losses. I expect him to be able to turn this program around relatively quick. But this has just been a tough start.
Mosley defense out there. Now the running back on the left. They are going to give it, and he is wrestled down, and that is big Cole Archambault on the tackle.
The key matchup tonight, Dave, is that this Arnold offensive line allows a lot of quarterback pressures. This Mosley defensive line could wreak havoc tonight.
Arnold back to the line. They did get a flinch out of the defensive front. Flag doesn't fly. Will Cotter readjusts, barks at the offensive line. He's got his running back to his right. They're going to throw it quickly on the fade to the outside, and the wide receiver never saw it, or at least I didn't see him see it, and that pass falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, kind of put it out there for just a little one-on-one matchup. Maybe just a touch underthrown. Big 3rd down coming.
Will Cotter, the quarterback, senior quarterback here for your Arnold Marlins. We mentioned Darren Elder, one of the top athletes. Been hearing about him from the News Herald all year long. 7-0 is the score with 10:23 remaining in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. Trips to the left. Will Cotter climbs the ladder, throws incomplete after taking a hit from Fletcher Taylor and Cole Archambault meeting at the quarterback, bringing up 4th down.
That was that key to the game, right? You get a lot of pressure on them early. You can kind of force them to make some mistakes. And I would say a good job on his part there to just kind of put it where nobody can get it.
And that will bring on the punter. I believe that is Colton McClellan. He'll be standing at his own 17-yard line. And the return man, Talon Moore, who's been excellent returning punts this year, stands around his own 30-yard line. And the snap, punter has to jump. He does get his foot into it. It's a beautiful punt, end over end. Talon Moore returns. He's approaching midfield, and he's got room, real estate in front of him, and launches into the tackler for the Arnold Marlins. That is number 39.
There's a farewell tour happening in the world of wrestling right now, Dave, and that was a little John Cena shoulder tackle if I've ever seen one from Talon Moore.
Do you know who that reminded me of?
Huh?
Cam Scatabo.
That was a little Scatabo.
If you've ever watched some of his, when he played at Sacramento Tech or whatever, I believe it was, prior to him getting to Arizona State, even in high school, he would launch into dudes. I'm like, you look like a defensive back, but do what works, brother. Do what works. Kyle, from the 23, on the near side of the field, what do you want to see from Mosley this time? Roll out to the left and try the same play?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I could see Sammy Chisholm taking this in one play also.
And Caleb Thomas comes off. I believe Caleb Capps on. Sammy Chisholm's going to work his way towards the middle of the field. He stays on his feet. He'll be brought down in the backfield for a 1st down loss here in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. Mosley leading 7-0.
Good job up front from the Arnold defense. You know, it's a special teams matchup right now. If you're the defense, you got to just kind of do the best you can to force Mosley into a 4th down situation or try to get a turnover.
Tristan Steele, the right tackle, the right guard, Joseph Chima. I believe we've got the younger Jernigan brother at center, Jay Jernigan at left guard, and I think it's DeMarcus Smith out at left tackle. Oh, the ball's tipped up in the air. Did seem like a little bit of a tug on the jersey of number 1, but no flag flies, and I like it. Let them play. Bringing up 3rd and 11.
Absolutely, and, ball's a little high anyway. A little bit of jersey. Nothing wrong with it. Play some ball.
9:22 left to play here in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. 7-0 is your score. Sammy Chisholm comes off. Carson Griffin is going to be your wide receiver furthest out to the left. Actually, it'll be Jamarcus Halstead. Inside of him in the slot is Carson Griffin. Tight end, Caleb Capps in for Adam Land on the right side of the line. JP looking right the whole time, throws it up, and that pass was not catchable. And that'll bring up 4th and 11. You're in no man's land here.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have Maverick right, this is probably a field goal attempt.
Which, who would have ever thought in our 4 years of calling football games for Mosley that we'd see Mosley attempt 5 field goals? It was fun to catch up with him on the podcast about that.
Dude, crazy, huh?
5 field goal attempts last week. It's 4th and 11 here, 9:16 to play in the first quarter.
Not to mention all the extra points. Busy leg last week.
All right, and here we're going to get a Mosley timeout. That is brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. I was about to call it Bay County Countryside Lawn Care. It's Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. We'll be right back. Back here at Gavlak, Mosley leading 7-0 on the golfwithjay.com first quarter. Two receivers out to the left of the offensive line. JP drops back on a two-step drop. Pressure on him. Overthrows Fletcher Taylor, and that'll be a turnover on downs, and it'll be the Arnold Marlins ball with 9:08 left to play in the first. Mosley leading 7-0.
I've been told by somebody that's been to a lot of Arnold games this year that their defense is better than what you see on paper.
There's no doubt about that. There's also no doubt that Arnold has grown in each and every game, even during the absence of Coach Griffin, but specifically so on the offensive side of the ball. When your quarterback coach is on the field with you during a game, Will Cotter is going to benefit from that. You go back to last week and just you had Darren Elder who was hobbled. You had a couple of injuries, so the record could look totally different for Arnold, and let's hope for a clash here in Bay County between the Marlins and the Dolphins. We'll see battle. From the 25, they're going to sling it out. Oh, and he is smacked. I saw that coming from a mile away. That is number 5, Cade Colbert.
Big hit right there. Left the ball kind of floating. Little E.J. Manuel action to the outside. Any of these Mosley linebackers one-on-one like that, it's going to be tough. 2nd
and 10 from the near side of the field. Ball on the 25. Will Cotter in shotgun. 2 wide receivers split out to either side. Running back on the right side. The entire offensive line and offense in general turns to look over their head coach.
Arnold's got a mismatch there if they want to take advantage of it.
The snap, quick throw to the right side of the field, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. I believe that is Truman Parsons, the senior wide receiver on the outside.
How's that mismatch I was talking about?
The big 3 wide receivers for, you got 4 of them, I would say, for Arnold. You've got Truman Parsons, Darren Elder, Colton McClellan, and Aiden Tice. 3rd down here for the Arnold Marlins from their own 25-yard line. Need to get it to the 35, underneath 9 to play. Play action, throws it over the middle, and too high over the head of Colton McClellan.
I like how they're letting them play here early.
That'll bring up 4th down. And from the 25, you would assume the Arnold Marlins are going to bring their punt team on. Now, I wouldn't call it a wrinkle, just one of those plays that you work on. Will Cotter did boot one last week as a quarterback. That's something that I've seen a lot more of in high school football, more quarterbacks punting for their team.
That's just because usually, unless you're that kind of team that just has an elite quarterback, David. And when I say elite, I'm not we're talking really Division I guy. You put your best athlete at quarterback. That's just what you do.
Punter stands up behind his own 15, and another really good punt, but it will bounce out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line, depending on where the ref spots him. I think he's got him near the 39, and that is where the Dolphins will take over for their 3rd offensive drive. 8:41 left to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. The score, Mosley 7, Arnold 0. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby.
Well,
here we are back from the 35-yard line. From near the 40, they're going to give it to Sammy Chisholm. Sammy Chisholm around the outside, cuts back up the middle of the field, and is brought down after getting into Marlin territory across the 40-yard line as the sound of the Southland is listening to the I think the Blue Thunder. I went to Whataburger today for lunch, and one of the members of the band was there.
Nice.
And we had a lot of interactions with the Sound of the Southland tonight, practicing up, downs, and moving. Hey, we need to get this chord by y'all.
We had them doing squats, and shout out to the nice folks that are sitting here next to us, and I'll get their names and give them a proper shout out during the next break. We had some people helping us out. Shout out to Robert Fleming, unable to get the pregame show in, but
Toss to Sammy Chisholm, blockers in front of him. Stiff arm was dispatched, and he goes out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
I don't think that felt too good for Sammy. He's going to gingerly kind of make his way off the field.
He's got, I think, 17 touchdowns this year, Kyle, via the ground and the air. 775 yards on the ground coming into this evening's contest. 3 wide receivers out to the left or the top of your screen. Might have been a little bit of a false start on Jamarcus Halstead, and the Bite Me Custom Treats penalty flag does fly and will back the Dolphins up to make this 2nd and about 9.
I thought Mosley on that second possession there kind of got away from their identity a little bit. Expect them to find it back here on this drive. They already did with a nice play with Sammy Chisholm. As now I can help David out calling some numbers. It is a beautiful night here, by the way. Like Mr. Robert Fleming said, it is a lot better than it was in Rickards.
8 seconds left to play here on the play clock. 7:30 to play on the game clock in the first quarter. A little bit of a high snap. Will Arboleta says, you better get out my way to the 20, to the 10, and out of bounds. But a heck of a run. I hear your voice, Kyle. Was there a
fight? We saw it a few times last week, Dave, and I think they're going to get Jamarcus Halstead here once again on a holding penalty. Flag sitting right around the 30-yard line.
It is in the area of holding. And it is holding that penalty. Brought to you by Bite Me Custom Treats. Y'all go check out their website at bitemecustomtreats.com or go make an order on Facebook. You can also call them 319-6857.
Man, they got some good stuff too, let me tell you. It looks good and it tastes good. Usually you kind of get one or the other.
Yeah, that's true.
Truthfully, but they're the best. And shout out to AG. I don't know what the score of the Louisville-Miami game is, but go Cards.
Yeah, I think all Florida State fans are in it together when it comes to rooting for a Hurricanes loss. JP drops back about 3 steps, slings it out, and he'll find Fletcher Taylor, who scored the touchdown earlier in the contest for the Dolphins. Makes a great grab there to get back just inside the original line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd and 8.
Want to see Big Fletch take that next step tonight and, potentially moving forward. You don't want to speculate, obviously. The injury was literally 5 minutes ago in game time. But, Adam Land, you're going to want that guy in the playoffs. You expect him to probably get some extra rest. And somebody like Fletcher Taylor is going to need to step up and kind of take the helm of that tight end 1 role and say, this is my role now.
We've got another timeout brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care, Bay County. If you're looking for a great company to take care of your yard, they specialize in the complete year-round lawn care of homes and businesses. Call him at 850-896-4156. 7:16 remaining. Drone flying high above Gavlak Field, then settling down like a little bit of a UFO. My goodness, that's got to bring some great footage, and that's how they come up with these amazing hype videos. Man, they do a great job.
I've seen some insane stuff this year, by the way. Just shout out to whoever does that work. You're doing an incredible job.
All right, 3rd and 8 coming up for the Mosley Dolphins offense. They've got the ball on the Marlins 35 on the near side of the field. They need to get it to the 28.5, 27.5. Caleb Capps in motion from the right to the left. Carson Griffin wide out to the top of your screen. Jamarcus Halstead all the way on the bottom. He comes back in. They're looking for Fletcher Taylor over the middle. JP makes a nice move. Then he's going to sling it out, and it is incomplete after looking for the running back, Sammy Chisholm.
Arnold's throwing some pressure down. They're saying you're not going to come in here tonight and walk out of here with an easy win.
So it's going to be 4th and 8 here, and Coach Whitten and Coach Maddox are going to leave J.P. Holsom back and the Mosley offense out there. Fletcher Taylor, I don't know this for sure, but and JP was facing so much pressure, but it felt like Fletcher Taylor was on a post route right in the middle of the field there. 2 wide receivers split out to either side, and I think JP might have got him. We'll await the call. It is offsides on the defense. That is a free 5 yards brought to you by Bite Me Custom Treats, and it makes this 4th down a whole lot more manageable, Kyle.
So this is the good news, right? But this is going to be a storyline to watch moving forward because, I mean, this would have been a long field goal, so you feel like they probably go for this one either way. But, something in the future.
Like a 52-yarder.
Yeah. But something in the future to keep an eye on, Dave.
Actually, it'd be about a 47-yard field goal from there.
The previous one, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Before the penalty.
We are timeout happy here in the first quarter. This is brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. This is Mosley Football Live powered by PCB Hobby. Big 4th down here for the Dolphins offense, live from the 30-yard line from Gavlak, live in the golfwithj.com first quarter. Sammy Chisholm to the right of JP Olsenbach, Fletcher Taylor in motion. JP's going to give it to Sammy. Sammy's right up the middle. I don't think he's going to have enough, Kyle.
I do not think so.
He's going to be about a half a yard short, and that'll be the 2nd consecutive turnover on downs for the Dolphins offense, and the Marlins will take over from about their own 28-yard line, working from the right towards the left.
The Arnold defense, they are fired up.
I mean, wouldn't you be too if you've heard, everyone else is Mosley, and now, anytime I feel like there's a somewhat of a David and Goliath matchup and you use that chip on your shoulder during practice, you're going to come out there fired up. The question is, what are you going to do for the full allotment of 48 minutes?
I'll tell you what, it would be really good for the momentum and for the confidence of this team moving forward to maybe try to get at least a first down here.
Will Cotter in the offense out there. They're going to give it to the running back on a little bit of a counter play, and he is going to be wrestled down by 4, maybe 5 Dolphins, and the senior Wyatt Fleming in the midst.
Great job there by the Mosley defensive front. Sound of the Southland using them vocal cords for good tonight.
Tackle for loss by the Dolphins defense. I think both teams only have 1 timeout left here. Play action. Will Connor's going to climb up in the pocket. He's going to use his legs, and he's got a lot of room.
That's what he does so well.
What a great tackle by Carson Griffin. I'll also not point out what I saw, but I now see Carson Griffin slow to get up. He's fine. Great shoestring tackle there by Carson Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't trip him up, he's gone, and that's what Will Cotter does so well. Gets out of the pocket, makes plays with his legs. He's a dynamic quarterback, and Mosley's they're gonna have to try to keep him in the pocket.
Will Cotter has 3 wide receivers to the right of the offensive line. He's got number 4, his wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. That is Colton McClellan. They're going to give it to the running back. He's wrestled down by 3 Dolphins there. And again, Wyatt Fleming. Aggers in on the action. I think Cole Archambault.
I think they call that a pod of Dolphins.
A pod of Dolphins.
There we go. We had to hit that eventually again. Feels like it's been forever.
3 wide receivers over there to the right. Arnold Marlins has their running back to the left of the quarterback. I believe that is Logan Jamison. I'm trying to get a better read on that number. Press coverage from the Dolphins on the far side. He's got pressure, Cotter does, and he's going to try to escape. It does. What a magical move there to get out of the pocket and gain a few yards, making 3rd down a little more manageable for them.
What coulda, shoulda, woulda been about 3rd and 14 just became about 3rd and 7.
Underneath 5 to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter, and we've got a water break that is brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. David Hayes, Kyle Wright on the call. Less than half to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. We're live from Gavlak Stadium. Clock running here underneath 5 minutes. Will Carter's going to drop back, looking to the far side of the field. People all over him, throws it out. And a great try by the receiver, but that brings up 4th down.
Dangerous pass. Great job to get it off, though. Some call this the house that James Hale built. Mosley wants to take advantage of what they would think, at least, would be kind of the padded part of their schedule here on the back half of the season.
The Marlins offense steps back, and again, looking over there towards Coach Griffin and the rest of the Marlins sideline. It's 4th and about 6 or 7. Oh, my gosh, I did not even mean to do that.
Whoa.
4, 6, 7. 7.
I don't know what it means at this point, and I'm scared to ask.
I've heard that they use the periodic table for that, but I'm not entirely sure, brother.
I know that my son is
he using it now?
My 7-year-old is doing it, so.
I stream sports cards on eBay Live, and kids will come in, do you know what that means? I'm like,
not really.
Not really. And they can't even explain it, so I'm like, neither do you. 4:43, and we're going to get the punt team on after the Bite Me Custom Treats penalty.
How do you feel about that?
I feel
like your defense has kind of been doing a good job.
Yeah, I think I'd rather pin them deep here instead of giving them a shorter field to work with, especially since if I'm the Marlins defense or defensive coordinator, I've already seen us stop them twice when they're on the plus side of the field. So
yeah.
I kind of like this, especially if you're in a dogfight of a game, or at least it's showing to be a dogfight of a game. I would be conservative as well. Perfect snap, bunts it to the left side. Does he get the coffin? Oh, my goodness, what a punt, though. That's exactly how you want it to play out. Net-wise, it won't play out the way that you would love it to, but the Dolphins will get the ball back, and they will take a 7-0 lead with 4:33 left to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter.
I want to get back to your identity here. I feel like some of the plays have been a little rushed tonight. Obviously, you want to give credit where credit is due. The Arnold defense has been up to the challenge so far. You weathered the early storm. Mosley needs to put the ball in the end zone here and have a sexy drive doing it. Honestly.
Yeah, I like that. A little finesse, baby.
Little balance.
3 wide receivers at the top of your screen here. J.P. Holstenbach's got his running back, Sammy Chisholm, on his left hip. He'll bounce out, and as we've seen a lot, that rocket motion bounces right back. Hole opens up, and he will get near enough to gain for a first down, I think.
Very close. Great run there by Sammy Chisholm. Great job once again by the Arnold defense, because that hole did open, and it closed up pretty quick.
Underneath 4.5 left to play here. Again, 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Jamarcus Halstead at the bottom, and they're going to give it right back to Sammy. Sammy's going to lose the football, and we will await the call here. Great defensive play from the Marlins. The Marlins defense is...
Still Mosley ball?
Yep, and that will be a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down.
Avoided disaster there. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, the first time we've seen Sammy Chisholm do that this season.
I don't recall.
Now, off the top of my head, at least, yeah.
Again, the same formation. And this time it's going to be Will Arboleda. And Will Arboleda gets about 5 or 6 there on the play. Jamarcus Halstead at the bottom of your screen looks like he's putting on the moves to put a double move on later on here.
I mean, they're trusting him one-on-one here.
They're going to go right back to the running back, and he's going to get about 2 or 3. That'll bring up 3rd and short with 3 to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter.
Arnold's leaving her DBs one-on-one on the outside. This is where you kind of want somebody like Carson Griffin to take advantage of that kind of matchup. Arnold stacking the box. They're bringing the house.
Oh, and they might have just jumped off sides where they would say bite me, and I'll say bite me custom treats first down. Well, not a first down, but a bite me custom treats penalty flag flies to give us a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down. 7-0 the score as Mosley looks to be getting close to Arnold Marlin territory.
I gave him the first down. All right. Keep it moving here. Keep it simple.
Again, that same formation. Carson Griffin, inside of him is Fletcher Taylor. Caleb Capps, I believe, on the inside of him. And they're going to jet out with Arboleda. They're going to throw it up to...
Nice.
Caleb Thomas. Caleb Thomas goes up and makes the grab there. And remember, I think it was Navarre where he had that big game, making the shifty moves to get his touchdown.
I think we did give him the player of the game in that game for the plays he did make.
Getting close to the end of the first quarter, Mosley leads 7-0. Again, 3 wide receivers, this time at the bottom of your screen. And it'll be Carson Griffin alone up top. Will Arboleda is going to get it. Arboleda's got some space. He puts his feet into the ground, not his head. I love the stiff arms this year, but gets across the 20 near the 15 for a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down.
Will Arboleda.
You better.
Good to see him kind of get more involved tonight. Mosley's in a weird situation here, Dave. On paper, you're a much more talented team, at least to this point. You know it's a county rivalry. You know they're going to want to hit you hard. You also don't want anybody to get hurt knowing what's coming up ahead.
Carson Griffin into the end zone, and the vertical hands of the official signifying touchdown. What a toss from JP to Carson Griffin.
I took over right there, and I do apologize. Went a little up-tempo on me, but great play.
That's when you just take the call. You just take the play and call it.
Well, a little one-on-one there. They took advantage, had Carson Griffin on the outside, and what do you do when you got a Division I wide receiver, Dave?
Yeah, throw it to Delaware. Make them go up top and get it. Beach House Sales and Development touchdown, and that will make the score 13-0, pending the extra point.
Good week.
This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. The score is 14-0. Mosley will be back with the kick. We're back here with 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Mosley leading 14-0. Talon Moore has that ball teed up in between the 40s. And this one's a little higher, end over end, will be returned from the far side of the field. A slight trot from the return man, brought down before he gets to the 20-yard line. And that is where the Marlins will start their next offensive possession.
Mosley defense, just keep kind of doing what you're doing. Get some pressure on them. You gave up the one big long running play, and you did a good job from there.
14-0 here in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. Beach House Sales and Development, the last touchdown that was scored, that's who brought it to you. Carson Griffin went up and made a great grab here. Fletcher Taylor and Carson Griffin are your touchdown scorers to this point. And great tosses from J.P. Holstenbeck. Will Cotter has his running back move from his right to his left leg. And he's going to hand it off, and a hole does open up for him. We might have to switch sides again, brother.
We may have to, huh?
Second down from the 20-yard line. They need about 7 or 8 to get to the first down. We're underneath a minute left to play. 14-0 the score. Will Cotter overlooking the offensive line. They are bunched up over here on the left, it looks like. Then they look over at the Marlins sideline. Back to it. Cotter grabs the snap. They're going to run it again. Straight up the gut and brought down. And Kane Colbert in on the action.
Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This is an important third down for both teams. For Mosley, you got a chance to put your foot in the ground and start to establish that dominance that you kind of expected. And for Arnold, I mean, you got to give yourself some life.
Third and about 6. From the 23-yard line, we're going to have the referees take that ball and walk it about 80 yards to the opposite side of the field. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Your Dolphins leading 14-0. Third and medium for the Marlins. They are going to run. They have a lot of space open up, but that ball might have been popped out. We'll await to see what the official call is. If not, he will have enough for the first down.
Body language from Mosley signaling that Arnold did get it back, and I think the chains are going to move. Hey, shout out to Tyler Chambers, TC. The big dog himself. Go Gators for you, man.
Oh, my
He texted me and said
he
somebody.
Better have paid you.
He texted me and said, well, he kind of does.
Okay.
He texted me and said they got Billy Napier calling plays.
All right, 1st and 10. And the Marlins are going to find, Will Cotter finds a man on the post route, and he's going to be brought down after getting into Mosley territory across the 40-yard line, brought down by Demetrius Gillis.
That was a dime over the middle. Nice catch and run. Made a man miss. Found a seam. Put yourself right back in this game with a big touchdown drive right here.
Across the 40 to the 36. Underneath 11 to play here in the Price & Sons Fencing second quarter action. That's a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down for the Marlins. Empty backfield. Man in motion is Darren Elder. Looking right the whole time is Will Cotter. He's going to scramble. He's going to get down the sideline, cuts back up the field, and then gets upended and gets up like nothing happened. That is a dog right there, and he'll get another Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down.
Yeah, he's a heck of an athlete, man. He's that kind of player that could really just, you wonder, and Arnold's got some talent in a lot of other places, but, you know, as rough as this season has been for him, Dave, you imagine where they'd be without Will Cotter.
That is a great proposition, or a great thought there, Kyle. He's going to throw it up, far side of the field, and into the hands of no one, overshooting his receiver by a few yards there, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Shout out to R.J. Jackson, sprinting up the sideline. That man's lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah,
He looks good, man.
Shout out to him, bro.
Look at
No
RJ.
doubt.
My goodness. Cameraman don't know what we're talking about, but I'm about to get a picture of RJ and send it to him.
2nd down and 10. 14-0 is the score. Will Cotter and the Marlins have the ball deep into Mosley territory. He's going to drop back, looking to right, and he's going to throw it. Oh, and he had a man, Colton McClellan, but a little too much zip maybe there. 3rd down.
Ball just a little bit high. I think he had his man over the middle.
3rd down, 2nd quarter action here in the Price and Sons Fencing 2nd quarter. Give Zach a call, 850-276-0141. Little cover 3 or man probably coming up from Mosley. It's going to be a
Gotta wrap him
zone, and Will Cotter, that ball is out, and he does reach out and grab it. But that'll bring up a long 4th down, and it's decision time again for the Marlins and Coach Jason Griffin.
Yeah, the decision is what play to call. That's I mean, you know you got to go for this. You know that the situation, you know what the situation is. You definitely don't want to give Mosley the ball back.
4th and 12 from the 20-yard line. The Marlins need to get inside of the 10-yard line. 9.5 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. Mosley leading 14-0. Empty backfield. Grabs the snap, looks left. Arboletta's on him. Arboletta and the rest of the Dolphins front is going to bring him down for a sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Mosley taking over.
Can you split a sack by thirds?
We could just,
we'll put
add it into 3/10 of a sack.
We'll put it in the Kyle and David stat book as
there you go.
1/3 of a sack.
We speculated about that for a little while. And 1st and 10 is what that will bring for the Mosley Dolphins offense. 14-0, 9-12 here to play in the rest of the first half. I'd like to thank Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge 1389, Reliance South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, and Whitehead Plumbing as J.P. Olsenbeck leads the Dolphins back onto the field. 1st and 10. Grabs the snap, fakes the give, going to sling it out on a slip screen, and that has got a lot of room. That is
my goodness,
not going to go all the way.
That's got to, there we go.
He was walked down, but a Bite Me Custom Treat flag flies. Did he get him by the horse collar?
Oh, yeah, absolutely a horse collar tackle. They're going to get a little bit extra tacked onto that bad boy.
So that'll be the personal foul there. I thought that he just kind of got the back of his jersey, but
I will say Mosley may be a little fortunate to come away without an ineligible man downfield penalty right there, unless that offensive lineman was that fast. He was running step for step with him.
And that'll be a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop 1st down, and I believe that was Khalil Lauderdale on the grab right there.
Seeing some new names, some new faces.
I couldn't tell. Was it 25 or 26?
I think it may have been 25.
If it was 25, Khalil Lauderdale. If it was 26, Cam Moody. Either way, we've gotten both the bases covered. J.P. Olsenbeck's got Sammy Chisholm to the right, man in motion from the right to the left. They're going to give it to Sammy. Sammy's going to swiftly shift his way back up towards the middle of the field, and that'll bring up 2nd down and goal. Inside the 5-yard line, it feels like.
Right around a 2, I believe. Just kind of watching the line judge.
Back to the line swiftly here
again. The same play, huh?
J.P. Olsenbeck's got Sammy to the left. They're going to give it right to him, and again, he bounces back inside, and he takes a big hit right there and will go down, and he's got to be at the line of scrimmage or at the 1 there, and that'll bring up 3rd and very short here.
Yeah, Arnold defensively, they're going to make sure that if Mosley does come out of here with a big win tonight, they're going to make sure they feel it tomorrow.
Approaching the 8-minute mark. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen here. Sammy Chisholm again. This time, it's him versus 3 Marlins defenders, and it'll bring up fourth, and who wants it more?
Man, oh, man. Great job here by the Arnold defense. Kind of just stuffing the box. It's decision time. This is usually when you would go a little wild dolphin. And it looks like that might be what we're about to do here. Oh, JP is still out there. Wyatt Fleming is coming in, though.
Oh, wild dolphin.
An interesting look at the wild dolphin here. Looks like Wyatt Fleming will be coming in as kind of like a fullback, and I don't think Coach Griffin wanted to see it happen. We're going to get an Arnold timeout.
That will be a Marlins timeout. 7.5 left to play. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Live from the 1-yard line here. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby, and we've got wild dolphin action and
tush push.
Touchdown for your Mosley Dolphins, brought to you by Beach House Sales and Development. And that will make the score 20-0 pending the Talon Moore extra point.
Not going to miss this one.
We need a nickname for Talon Moore, the defensive toe. Athlete's foot.
That's it. Oh, no.
20-0 pending the athlete's foot extra point. It is up, and that will split the uprights. Your score live from Gavlak Stadium. Mosley 21, Arnold 0. 7:19 left to play in the Price and Sons Fencing second quarter. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. $21-0 is your score. We've got 7:19 left to play. Mosley getting ready to kick it off back to the Arnold Marlins from the right to the left as you look towards your screen. Talon Moore's got this ball teed up in the midst of the 40-yard lines. And it is end over end, not as deep as the previous kickoff. The special teams unit is chasing the return man, and he's on the far side of the field, and bodies fly. He will go down as he approached midfield.
Special teams has played a much larger role in this game tonight than I think either one of us kind of saw coming.
That's how you got to have. That's how you have to be in games where you expect to have an upset type of a football game.
Yeah, I mean, you're down 21 points. Yep. You need every piece of heart you can get right now. You get the ball after halftime. Something to keep in mind.
1st and 10 for the Marlins.
I'm just saying, we saw last week, football is just crazy.
Insane. Will Cotter's going to keep this one. I think the play was either a read option there for Will Cotter, or the running back missed the exchange. Not entirely sure, but that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Sound of the Southland getting ready to make their way down onto the field. I got to play a little extension cord security down here. Hopefully everybody sees the big yellow, bright yellow thing just chilling on the ground. But last week, we'll get this play off real quick, and then we'll talk about how important momentum is.
3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Will Cotter takes the snap. Pressure from Mosley all over the place. He escapes. He's got a man on his back. And then Wyatt Fleming in on the tackle. I don't know if you've ever seen Wyatt Fleming. I know you have. But if, people have never seen Wyatt Fleming without his helmet on and his shoulder pads on. I mean, the guy's neck is so daggum big that I'm not surprised that after he just laid it on his neck that he made it look like an exercise right there.
No, yeah, I mean, that was an absolutely massive hit right there. We've seen that time and time again. All these teams in Bay County are going to happy to see that. They're going to be happy to see that number 11 graduate.
3rd and about 7 here for the Marlins. Man in motion. And they're going to look that way, and Cotter has no time. The whistle has not been blown yet, and now it has.
That's interesting.
Wyatt Fleming picks that up. That'll bring up 4th down here. 4th and about 7, 5.5 left to play before we get to the half.
Now I think you maybe consider going for it. I don't know. You don't. That's a tough position to be in. You probably punt this ball, and that's what they're going to do.
4th and a ways to go. Oh, boy. Believe the punter is Clint Wizard. Stands around midfield, and they are everywhere.
They got him.
And, yeah, wow, they were either going to block that or take his block off, and that will be a turnover on downs. Mosley will take over, I believe, in Marlins territory here, as they will look to take a 28-0 lead if they could put 7 up on the board. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby, as we're going to break away for a Countryside Lawn Care Bay County water break. Give Matt Simmons a call, 850-896-4156. Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Here comes the Dolphins defense, or the Dolphins offense, rather, after the turnover on downs. 1st and 10, underneath 5.5 left to play. They lead 21-0.
I'm just dancing up here. I didn't even realize we were back on. Vibing, dude.
Man in motion is Fletcher Taylor out of the backfield, and Caleb Capps will waltz into the end zone on a one-play strike, and that was about a 50-yard touchdown pass. That'll make it 27-0, 5-15, as we get a little closer here to the possibility of heading into a running clock in the second half.
It's been a while since we've seen that. What's the point spread on that? 35, right?
The point spread? Yeah, it's got to be 35.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, you get it. Yeah, not point spread, but we're all learning here tonight, folks. Been since the Rutherford game, this has been a very competitive season.
Yes, and I have loved it.
Just some really talented teams in this area, and you love to see it, man.
Tallamore on for the extra point. That one is up. That one is good, and that makes the score 28-0. There's 5:15 left to play. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. And here comes the kick team led by Talon Moore, Mr. Special Team, as he is now the kicker, the punter, safety, punt returner. My goodness, he does it all. Here we go. He's got the ball teed up in between the hash marks on the 40-yard line from the right to the left. 28-0, 5:15 left to play. They're going to do a sneaky onside kick, and Mosley is going to recover that.
Hi.
Wow, what a aggressive play call right there.
I have to shout out TC, Tyler Chambers, again, because he was talking about the Bluntstown game when Bluntstown was here in Gavlak. And Bluntstown was apparently kicking onside kicks the whole game. And I told him, I don't really see Mosley doing that, man. But I'll shout you out if it does happen. And much to my surprise, they want a running clock before the half.
So now you have to echo Tyler's chambers through the chambers of our broadcast.
Chamber of Secrets, they say.
Oh, here we go. JP Olsenback's got his running back, Sammy Chisholm on his right. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. And alone at the bottom is Carson Griffin. They're going to fake it to Sammy. They're going to give it to Caleb again.
Oh,
Caleb puts someone on skates, and he'll get to the outside, drop down after getting near a first down.
He just plants his feet in the ground. That is number 22 for the Mosley
Dolphins. That was
Dolphins.
Caleb Thomas.
Christian Thomas. I just remembered his first name as well. That's planting that foot. And we've seen him make some really good players look silly this season.
Carson Griffin and Christian Thomas at the bottom of your screen. Christian Thomas about 1.5 yards behind Carson Griffin. Carson looks like, he was pointing to the side judge to find out if he was on the line of scrimmage. JP's going to drop back, look at the right the whole way. He's got a man wide open, and never mind. I see the ball now. I thought he made a heck of a readjustment to make that catch on the left side of his body.
Ball kind of thrown to the outside shoulder and needed to be on the inside. Little underthrown. Maybe kind of shocked that his guy was that open. You can see some panic in a quarterback sometimes. You're like, how did that happen? Mid-throw.
So that brings up second and 10. Second and 10 here. Waiting on the down marker to change. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, Carson Griffin and Fletcher Taylor. And now Jamarcus Halstead in motion from the right to the left. They'll sling it out to him on the little bubble screen, or the, what is that called?
You got it.
Well, it's not a bubble screen, because a bubble screen would be on this side. So I kind of...
Almost like a little flat?
Yeah, like a little wide receiver end around flat, yeah. I think there's a particular name for that motion, but...
Well, right here we're going to call it a loss of 3 yards.
3rd and long for the Dolphins. JP tries to draw the defense offside. There's underneath 4 to play in the Price & Sons Fencing second quarter. The score is 28-0. JP drops back. He's got time. Then he's got a reverse, and he's going to get brought down near his own 40-yard line. And that will be an opportunity for the Dolphins to punt the football back to the Marlins.
And Talon Moore is going to have a couple extra points on his record tonight. A beautiful kick return, or a beautiful punt return. And now he's going to get the punt for the first time. He's kind of the Jack Massey of special teams.
Yeah. And Jack Massey was all over special teams as well.
He was everywhere, man. It was fun to watch him play.
Talon Moore standing in between his own 26 and 27-yard line. And he's going to boot it.
That's a good punt.
It is a good punt. Puts the return man on. He returns it, and that might have not have been the most. That's not what coach would have wanted. I think that's the right way to put that.
That's an excellent way to put it.
You let that ball go ahead and bounce into the end zone, but then again, if anyone knows about instincts, and when it's a see ball, get ball sometimes, and that's hard to lay off of that, especially at this level of football.
It is. It's because you definitely don't want to have the ball at the 1 yard line, right? If that thing kicks up, but also like that could have been disaster. That thing takes a bad hop off your chest, and Mosley's kind of got a walk-in touchdown, or best case scenario, a safety for you.
First and 10. 28-0 Mosley leads, and they're going to put the pressure all over Will Cotter, and they will bottle him up, the Potted Dolphins do. But it does look like he picks up about 5 there on first down.
Can't wait to see where Coach Griffin's got this Arnold team in about 2 years.
I mean, it's just so tough after you look at what happened last year and well, go back 2 years prior to Griffin, and then last year Griffin's got him, you know, with a great record, and then this year, just when things happen like that and you come out of the gate with a 4-game suspension, initially supposed to be 6, very hard.
It's tough to rebound from.
We're talking about high school athletes as well, as Will Cotter is going to be drugged down maybe into the end zone for a safety. I don't think so, though. He'll be very close, though.
Tough to tell from this angle, but I do think he's right around the 3-yard line. Mosley's going to call a timeout. They want the ball back, and I like it.
So with that being said, that timeout brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. David Hayes, Kyle Wright on the call. Mosley leading 28-0, 148 left to play in the Price & Sons Fencing second quarter. All right, we're live here from Gavlak, and it is 4th down, and they are going to try to make something happen. Or third down. It was third down.
Boy, I thought you were right. And that clock will run here.
1:36 left to play. I'm not sure why the clock has stopped, as I don't think either team has any timeouts left here, so maybe we're taking a Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County water break with 1:36, or maybe,
I think,
just maybe, Coach Whittem was clapping his hands down there and they thought it was a timeout.
Shout out to the dogs of UGA.
Bro, that game, I'm like, seriously, if we could let it, and listen, I hate Auburn to death, so I loved watching it. But it's like the reality, we can listen to a coach saying he's, you know, clapping his hands. All right, brother. All right.
I will say this. It's the first time where I feel like everybody except for Georgia fans has kind of been united for the most part, being like, and again, Auburn had opportunities.
They did. No doubt.
Auburn did have some opportunities, but they also, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's that kind of situation where a lot of people were like, they need to open an investigation into the officiating in the SEC.
I will always say this, like, at the end of the day, man, like, yes, the referee can call some plays, but we're talking about at least 120 plays in a game, maybe a little less than that, 112. Every play matters, and so when we amplify one up so much, I don't like that. I don't like coaches getting calls and everything, but I'm never one to be like, oh, well, if the referees would have done this or done that. I think every coach out here would tell you, look, the referees are going to call swings in points, but at the end of the day, we all have a job to do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, they had opportunities, and really, Hugh Freeze, man, like, I mean, I know we're nice to all the high school coaches around here, but Hugh Freeze, I was watching Florida State Ole Miss highlights from 2016. He had a 5-7 team that had Evan Ingram, they had A.J. Brown, they had D.K. Metcalf, they had Elijah Moore, all on offense, and they went 5-7, bro. Like, that's Hugh Freeze 101 right there. Shout out to Liberty, though. He did good. Caden Salters.
So it is going to be 4th and Tallahassee here for the Marlins. High snap. And that one does not get blocked. It does not go far. Talon Moore comes up on it. He's got plenty of room. Runs up the middle. Bounces out to the outside. Cuts back in upfield. And
did he lose the ball?
I think he might have lost the ball, and the Marlins will take over after the turnover. Wow.
Oh, an onside punt, some would say.
Yeah, you know you can actually do that in the Canadian Football League.
How weird, man. It is an interesting play.
It is. You just basically have to drop it, kick it, and catch it before the defender gets it. Like, all righty then.
I'd say make it legal.
I say cover the football in maple syrup, make it easier for the wide receivers to catch it.
Sorry. Shout out to Snowbird season. We are coming up hot here.
And, you know, with us not having as many blowout games, we haven't really been able to take the broadcast and make it be like a radio show, but we've got two more quarters of action, baby.
We're going to do it tonight, baby. We're going to have a good time.
1:15 remains in the first half, and the Price and Sons fencing second quarter is 28-0. Will Cotter drops back. Will Cotter's looking on the far side of the field. That ball will fall incomplete. I believe that was Carson Griffin, and on the defense might have been Kane Colbert.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Dave. Where we're at here on the field, if I'm Arnold, I'm probably just running this thing into halftime and counting my losses here. This is not where I'd want to take especially with as much pressure as Mosley's had on Will Cotter all night. I wouldn't take any chances here. I'd at least give myself a fighting chance going into the half.
Second down, and does look like they've listened to Coach Kyle up here, and Will Cotter takes it up the middle and might split the chains there. That will bring up third down. No timeouts remain for either squad.
Yeah, it's just dangerous to throw the ball out of there. I mean,
I did not disagree at all with you, my friend.
Yeah, it's just, I guess I don't hate it on first down. It was first down. You know, they don't have any timeouts, Mosley. We take one shot, and then if you don't get anything, then you just kind of run it out, count your losses.
Third down, underneath 40 seconds to play. Will Cotter's going to keep it again. Will Cotter's going to be brought down, and that should take us to the half. Unless Arnold decides that they want to run a last-second play here on fourth down.
They're staying out there, and those no body language with no intention of. There they go. They're starting to walk off.
And
Halftime.
that will take us to the half. Your score here at the half, 28-0. Would like to thank real quick a few more of our sponsors: Dermatology Associates, Skin and Cancer Center, Rosemary and Thyme, Sonny's Barbecue, Tzatziki's, Mediterranean Cafe, Wilborski, Bradley, and Fleming. I might have missed a few. Mr. Eddie's Barbershop, Beach House Sales and Development, Bite Me Custom Treats, Countryside Lawn Care, of Bay County, GolfWithJ.com, Price and Sons Fencing. And in the third quarter, we'll get it started off with what's been hot and what's been cold with the KL Skaggs Heating and Air third quarter. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. 28-0. Mosley leads at the half. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. We'll let you hear the bands as we can.
somehow that was off. I'm thinking we must have got disconnected somewhere. Check the broadcast flow. Make sure all those are in tight. That road came out at some point. Okay, we're good.
It could have been down there during the...
Dude, it could have been, but that means it looks like we're running good though. I'm gonna check the YouTube stream.
That just means you guys lost sound. That's it.
Will the camera run on battery? Okay.
The only reason we needed to is because it's got like a 100-minute battery life, and I didn't want it to be a long game and then
Just heard everything you said.
Oh well.
Yeah, I think it hears pretty clearly. So.
Oh well.
Boy, good thing I didn't pull a little Tom Brenneman right there.
How's that look?
That looks really good.
That's at Chili's.
Here, come over here. We got He's going to drink all of it.
Why y'all? Fire the commentators. All right. Well, we're gonna let you hear the bands for the rest of the game. You'll enjoy.
No, we never got call
Dude, this
signs.
man, it's acting like we got the whole Bay County budget. No, they can hear it. They can hear the whole conversation. True Critic. It's a great name. Living up to the name.
All right, boys. I'll see you.
By the way, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, October 18th, both the Sounds of South
Hey, you should say that. You know they were on ESPN last year. Didn't even have video.
Competing tomorrow. It's a District 2 marching band NPA. It's all going to happen at Tommy Oliver Stadium, literally all day.
Bro thinks this is ESPN. It's funny though.
At 7:20, Mullins at 8 o'clock. It's all happening at Tommy Oliver Stadium tomorrow. So head on over to Tommy Oliver. Check out bands from all over the Panhandle, including both Mosley and Arnold.
Fired band director, get it going. Hey, that's Cody Mason.
No, the band director.
Oh, for Arnold. Hey, let's get that camera down and take it to the other side of the field so True Critic can be happy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me in welcoming to the field the 2025 J.R. Arnold High School Blue Thunder Band. The Blue Thunder Band is under the direction of Mr. Cullen Googe and assistant directors.
I gotta go commentate the fights tomorrow afterwards.
The color guard is directed by Mr.
Not I
Rebecca
got to,
Googe,
I get
assisted
to.
by Mrs. Jessie Bruner and Mr. Michael Tran. The
Sputter.
percussion director
Of
is Mr.
tiredness.
Cody Mason.
Like,
Tonight the band will be under the field direction of drum majors Kennedy
Yeah, no, I know.
and Ariana Augusto. They'll be performing their 2025
Kinda happens
program
every year where it's like, I just,
Imagine. Their performance
getting ready for that
will
week
feature
off.
Ryan Smith, Aiden Baxter, Andrews Parker, and Mason Powers. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your Blue Thunder Band.
So they want us to do play-by-play on the band. Let's go.
Drum majors Ariana Augusto and Kennedy McCullough, is your band ready to perform?
They work.
You you may begin tonight's performance. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your Blue Thunder Band.
Pure imagination. Not
He was sitting up on the table for a while. Yeah.
I saw him over
That's
there.
him. Yeah, I've seen a few people, but we're like just in a weird position. I love those.
Oh, thank you. I just got done. It's actually a birthmark. Oh, okay. I can't tell.
You know what that means? One touchdown away.
I think their performance just got cut short.
Was that? Was that?
I said, I think their performance might have just got cut short.
Normally, so what happens is like when the clock hits 0, they give them like 3 more minutes, and that gives time for the players and stuff. So I don't think it got cut short. They'll probably do like one more little mini song or something. But it's senior night, so they'll put the football game to the side. You know what I'm saying? They got to give the seniors their recognition. Oh, there he is. Ooh.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
It actually is, because it's a knee sprain. If they're letting him walk like that, then it's not an ACL. lot.
It was, but then
Yeah,
they just
and then
stopped,
they said,
and then
yeah.
they just be sitting there like,
It's senior night. They're gonna, hey.
All that ice isn't in the ACL spot.
Yeah, that's exactly.
At least it's more head-on or more MCL spot than anything else.
I'm just blind.
I feel like if it was torn ACL, he wouldn't even. They wouldn't let him put no weight on it.
No.
We'll see though. The quarterback for Rutherford had a non-contact injury last night, Jaleel Reed.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't heard if it's ACL or not, but I shook Chad Mitchell's hand while I was down there. I should have asked him. Celebrity, dude.
Okay.
I like Facebook.
What I want?
It's a celebrity.
Yeah.
We don't like you, bro. Huh? We don't like you. You said Kyle. I'll blame. I'll blame you. All right, talk to me.
Even if we see back on
Like what's happening on the sideline? No way.
What? Yes.
Oh, it's a touchdown Louisville. Louisville just scored.
I got it on now.
So let's please give one more round of applause for all of us together.
You know, it's funny in college football, there's always upsets during a week game.
These Friday night
On
games.
a Thursday
dude.
night, Friday night game, there's always an upset.
That's why I love when I see Friday night Florida State playing. I'm just excited.
It happens again too. It's gonna happen.
Y'all
again.
play again?
Yeah,
Don't
we
y'all
play on
play
another, on another Friday night. No, we don't. It's at NC State.
Oh,
There's always
yeah.
at
upsets
NC
on those
State,
Friday
or do
night
they always
games.
give y'all trouble at Dover?
No, it's at NC State.
No, I'm saying, but like,
Oh, NC State gives us trouble. Like it's at no, they're always at NC State. Okay. Yeah. I think we've won once there in the last 15 years or something like that. Maybe twice. It's great. Luckily, we have a really good team.
Dude, I mean,
We won our Super Bowl. That's all that matters. We spent the whole offseason
it's like,
preparing for
it's
one
so,
game.
it's like, it's not embarrassing because it's irrelevant, but it's like, I was so hoping, not even just, of course it was great for y'all, you know, y'all needed it, but it's, what's worse, beating Alabama and then falling apart, or knowing at least early on, like, there's really nothing to cheer for?
Yeah, it's rough.
As a Bear fan, it's like, well, we can't count on that loss for nothing now.
Yeah, but that game's so irrelevant.
Yeah,
now.
no,
Like, it is,
100%.
like,
Now it is. But after the first couple of weeks, it was like, okay, dude, like if you're Bama, you go undefeated and you're a lone loss to a top 5 FSU team.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
if you
top
listen,
10.
listen to the Know It All podcast.
What they say?
Those guys have been they've been saying all season. They saw some stuff in the Kent State and Eastern Texas A&M games where they're like, man, if they don't fix this, like they're lucky Kent State didn't have Virginia-style athletes. And then Virginia-style athletes took them to the house. Yep. Miami took them to the cleaners. And there's Carson Beck, 14-20, 190.
Give them 10 seconds after they're done playing.
We are back live at Gavlak Stadium. The score is 28-0, and if you are watching with us, the ball was fumbled at the 1-yard line right there by the Marlin return man, and he is smacked by the Dolphins special teams unit. Kyle, we are now here in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter, which brings me to the opportunity to ask you, what has been hot and what has been cold?
What's been hot tonight, Dave? Special teams, really, for both teams, have made a big impact in this game, a lot bigger than we kind of thought coming in. What's been cold? I feel like the Mosley offense has kind of just been struggling to find a rhythm tonight. You look at the score, it's 28-0, but, I mean, they've taken advantage of some short fields, and, I mean, on long, sustained drives, they've kind of struggled, and, you know, a large part of that is having number 23 on the sideline with ice on his knee.
That is a huge injury to the Mosley Dolphins team in general as he plays Ironman both sides. Will Cotter's going to sling it across the middle, and that pass will be caught. I believe that was Aiden Tice on the grab there as the Sound of the Southland makes their way back. We did see a few comments in the chat about people, you know, what they would have liked us to have cameras on both sides of the field as Will Cotter goes down in the backfield for a sack. And I believe that's Cole Archambault and Will Arboleta on the combination there.
Make a check out to the Mosley Touchdown Club. Mail it to Mosley High School and make sure you put enough money on that check to buy us another camera.
Yeah, I'm a very sarcastic person a lot of the times, but in this situation, I just want to let everyone know these cameras are very expensive, and it is, I mean, just the cabling to run across from one side of the field towards the other. It's difficult. We'll work on it for next year, though. Will Cotter is going to work his way up the middle of the field. That'll get near the original line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up 3rd and down. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to anyone who has been watching these broadcasts and supporting the Sound of the Southland and this Mosley football team as they lead here 28-0 in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter underneath 11 minutes to go, and it's 3rd and long for the Marlins offense. Cotter grabs the snap. He backs up. He's looking left. He's got to get on his feet. He does his best at trying to escape a tackle, but will still be taken down. Maybe a small gain, maybe a small loss. Either way, that'll bring up 4th and forever for the Arnold Marlins.
Dolphins defense gets off the field. Punt team comes out. Here comes Talon Moore. Shout out to everybody that's made these, at least on paper, this is our last road game of the season. So this is our last hoorah. At least we'll see what happens when the playoffs come around. But hopefully Mosley's going to do their job, win out, and we'll
The way it looks right now, Kyle, looks like we'll be hosting at least a first-round playoff game, and some things could be happening.
We got a Christopher Todd cameo over here,
what's
dude.
What's going on, CT, man? Doing well. And they are punting, and that is, you know, he did his best again to get that off, and actually a favorable bounce there for the Marlins will get them near midfield, I believe. Mosley will take over. They've got a 28-0 lead, 9.5 left to play here in the third quarter.
I think the goal here for Mosley is probably to get this ball in the end zone quick and maybe, you know, get the clock running and try to get the backups in. Make sure you don't lose anybody else moving forward. You got your final district game coming up next week at Gulf Breeze. You got Florida High coming into town. You definitely want to try to punch them in the mouth. That's a revenge game if we've ever seen one. And then the real football starts, baby.
The real football is every single week.
But then the playoffs is huge.
And J.P. Olsenbach's got Sammy Chisholm to his left. He's going to bounce out. He will not bounce back. J.P.'s going to find him and put a dart on him, but it will still be a slight loss, I believe. Hey, good to see you, CT. It'll be a slight loss there for Sammy Chisholm. And that'll bring up 2nd and about 11. You mentioned number 23. I almost said Miami Dolphins. The Mosley Dolphins have one of the best tight end rooms in the state of Florida with Fletcher Taylor, who's a slot receiver but considered a tight end if you've been watching this Dolphins team, and Adam Land, Mississippi State commit, as J.P. Holzenbach rolls out to the right and looking for the tight end. I believe that's going to be Christian Thomas, number 22. But yeah, it's a loss that hurts in this game, but the future of it, we don't know. Like, he's on crutches right now. The left knee is iced up. Where it looks, or where it's iced up, it doesn't look to be like an ACL tear. However, I haven't had my my doctorate degree for too long. Actually, I don't have it at all, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just hoping for the best. JP Olsenbeck and the Dolphins have 2 wide receivers split out to either side. Sammy Chisholm to the right, 3-step drop for JP, timing route, and what a snatch out of the air by Carson Griffin.
He must have stepped out of bounds right there at the first down marker, because I thought he still had a lot of room to go.
That is one that we'll be looking forward to watching at the end, watching the broadcast back. But Carson Griffin makes a great grab. However, not a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down. Brings out 4th down for the Dolphins. 8:46 left to play in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning 3rd quarter.
Vance snapping off tonight. Love it.
JP claps his hands. They're going to give it to Sammy. Sammy bounces to the left, finds a hole by cutting back up towards the field, and will achieve a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down.
Chains and clock, both moving.
Underneath 8.5 to play. It's 28-0. I believe we have 3 touchdown passes tonight from JP Olsenbeck. I know Carson's got 1. Fletcher Taylor's got 1. JP's rolling back to his right, then tries to find Carson Griffin. Good defense there from the Arnold Marlins.
Say this Arnold defense has really, for the most part, played a lot better than I think you'll see on paper. I mean, this game could be a lot worse than it is right now.
Oh, it was Caleb Capps on the 3rd touchdown, and then we had the rushing touchdown that I couldn't tell if it was why. I couldn't tell. Tush push. Did Sammy get it in on the 4th and goal play earlier in the game to give them the 28-point lead? Or 21, I think, at that point in time. It was 28 when Caleb Capps made the long touchdown pass. If it wasn't Caleb, or the long touchdown catch, if it wasn't Caleb Capps, it was Christian Thomas. They're going to fake the gift to Sammy Chisholm. They're going to try to find Carson Griffin, and a Bite Me Custom Treats flag will fly, and that will be pass interference, even though the defensive back and Carson Griffin are going back and forth over who that flag was thrown for.
Such thing as a kind of a good penalty to take, Dave. It's one of those ones where I think Carson Griffin had a step on him. Make sure you get your hand in there. Avoid the touchdown. Anytime you got Carson Griffin one-on-one, you got to try to take advantage of that situation.
8:06. First and possibly 10. Yep, they can still get a Mr. Eddie's Barbershop first down.
Just
a lot of movement here, going heavy. Sammy Chisholm, the back. JP's going to hand it off to Sammy. Sammy scurries to the near side of the field. He'll be pushed out of bounds. If he gained anything, it was minimal.
Keep your guys healthy. You don't want anybody taking a big shot. You got to be starting to wear down a little bit. You got to also, Dave, one thing we haven't talked about, you got a short week. 2 Thursday night games in a row to close out the regular season.
Oh, yeah, back to back. Thursday nights at Tommy Oliver. JP Olsenbeck's going to fake a little bit of a fake over there to Sammy Chisholm.
Oh,
Carson
goodness.
Griffin.
Wow.
Snatches that ball out of the air, playing a little battleship or battle hands with the defensive back, and he'll go up for the grab, and I think that's his 2nd touchdown of the evening.
Great. That was our Reliant South player of the game last week, Carson Griffin, and really, we gave it to him because he had a great game on offense, but he had an even better game on the defensive side of the ball last week. And it's something that we knew, but we didn't really talk about on the broadcast, is that he stepped up in a huge way on the defensive side of the ball last week. So good to see Carson Griffin. I mean, because, we don't know how serious the Adam Land situation is, as the PAT is good. And it's a 35-0 ball game here at Gavlak Stadium.
Dude, Talamore booted that. He had the ambulance with that. Let's go.
That's a good place to hit.
35-0. Kyle, continue on. Sorry to stop you
you're
about
good.
that.
You're good. It was an absolute boot. You got to call that out. I kind of got lost there and forgot that that's not that he's not the traditional kicker.
That's a compliment to Athlete's Foot, Talon Moore. 7:20, and the clock is now running after the Beach House Sales and Development touchdown. And yes, you mentioned the short weeks. You mentioned there's going to be an emotional game, in my opinion, with Florida High after how that game went down in Tallahassee last year. Gulf Breeze doesn't seem to be the typical team that we've seen from them in the past. However, you overlook an opponent, and your season can come crashing down when there's so much riding on it right now.
Yeah, and Mosley, you got a spot in the playoffs, but you're playing for a lot more than that. You're playing to not have to go out to Gainesville or Tampa. You really want this thing to go through Tommy Oliver Stadium, and I believe if Mosley can win out, they have a really good opportunity to make sure they can host it all.
I feel like the drum line has just been constant. I love it. I love this. And the band, they get an opportunity to dance and just hang out. We're having some fun here at Gavlak. The score is 35-0. We've got 6 minutes to play in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter.
Also got a heck of a game going over in the ACC. Louisville up 24-13 over Miami with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. Miami did just get the ball back on a turnover. So if you're wanting to keep track of that.
We are going to get our state-mandated water break. That's brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Give Matt Simmons a call at 850-896-4156. He is looking for good help as he's getting ready for the season here in the offseason. They specialize in the complete year-round lawn care of homes and businesses. I definitely suggest using Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. They do a great job for me. Also, this is all powered by PCB Hobby. I'll be there tomorrow from 10 to about 5:45. We're at 11939 Back Beach next to Florida Linens. You can call us at 850-320-8388. We sell fun, coins, comics, sports cards, and TCGs in-store or also online with eBay Live. Check out our eBay Live stores, PCB Hobby.
Great place, by the way. I mean, if you're a fan of anything,
yeah,
you can go to PCB Hobby and find something.
No doubt about that. Clock is rolling again. Underneath 6 to play here in the third quarter. Will Connor's going to throw it to the far side of the field. The readjustment was made by the defensive back. Does the tie go to who? It is an interception.
Yes, sir.
Who
Number
was
15.
that on the play? That is number 15, which is Dawson Reed, who made a pick six against Rutherford to start the season out. What a play by the freshman.
Clock's running. You're going to get some new guys, some new faces in. Celebrating. Not a lot of play time for him. Dave, I don't have my Mosley roster on me. It's down there in the wagon. Let me talk about number 15, Dawson Reed, here for a second, because you're going to look at the year next to his name, and you're going to see some plays that he's already made this season. That's a freshman. I almost said true freshman, like that's a thing in high school. That's a freshman.
Well, that's a freshman.
It is a true freshman.
He's a red shirt, not because he took a red shirt, but
you don't want to be a red shirt freshman in high school, man. That's not as good a look.
3 wide receivers lined up to the bottom of your screen. It is not J.P. Holzenbeck anymore. Christian Thomas still in, and he is going back and forth, east and west. He will go down. The backup quarterback in the game, that is Mace Grant, the sophomore.
Oh, we're going to get the band fired up here in a second. Let's go. Sound of the Southland. Have to get fired up.
There was a lot of cool interactions between the Sound of the Southland and the Blue Thunder band, I believe Arnold's band is. That's one of our favorite parts, is the sportsmanship between the bands. And also, I don't know if I gave a shout out to the Sound of the Southland member earlier that we met, Logan, for helping us get the HDMI cord. And I just realized this is going to be the longest breakdown setup that we've had this year as well.
No, I thought about it from the beginning, so you're good. I've been stressing about it for both of us.
Stressing? There's nothing to stress
not really
about.
Stress. It's actually, it'll definitely be easier to break down than it was to set up.
3:50 left to play here in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter. It is going to be 2nd and 20.
Second and just about in the white sand.
2nd and need to get it to Port St. Joe here. Maybe not quite Port St. Joe. Maybe Callaway.
I think we're heading north here, right?
I'm not that worried about direction. I just know that
I don't have a moral compass, but
Oh, that ball pops up into the air, intended for his running back, and that pass will fall incomplete and will bring up 3rd and long.
Trying to hear the band director. About to get fired up over here.
Mr. Dobos doing a great job, as always, for the Sound of the Southland.
Oh, he's lighting them up. Let's go.
3rd down.
Good coaching matters everywhere, Dave.
You know, the thing is, when it comes to things that are of team natures, it's all the way from the top to the bottom. Everyone has to be fully bought in, and when you get that, you get good chemistry and good things happen. Mace dropping back, climbs the pocket, and then has to roll out to his right. Swift on his feet. The pass, tipped up, and then that ball was also caught by, I think that was number 13 there, which would have been Noah Marcoux, and I believe that is his first grab, one of his first grabs if he didn't make one in the Rutherford game. Great hand-eye concentration there.
Yeah, that's just incredible focus.
The tempo still high. They're going to give it to the running back here. That is a... Nice man, run. Had to work his way up the middle of the gut of the defense and gained about 3 to 4 yards there. That is Khalil Lauderdale on the grab, or on the carry.
This would have probably been the spot where you'd see a lot of Sean Williams. Unfortunately, had an injury a little bit earlier on in the season. I think that may have been also in Navarre.
I think Navarre is where he got injured. He was out of last week's game, and just a great young man. Every time I get the opportunity to run into him and shake his hand, man, I love watching him run too, because when you look at the statistics, he gets a lot per carry.
You know, the best part about it is, though, Dave,
he's a junior.
He's going to be back here next year.
Mace looking over the middle of the field, and what a grab almost made by Caleb Capps. I've heard a lot about him from the rest of the team when it comes to practice. Caleb Capps, though, not able to bring that one all the way down, and that will bring up 4th down here. Underneath a minute left to play, but Mosley will have to snap this ball as there is 30 seconds and counting down on the play clock. A difference of about 17 seconds here.
Kind of like looking into the future here.
Mace Grant looks off, and Mace again is just a sophomore, standing at 5'8", weighing in at 145 pounds. He's going to take the snap, drops back a step or two, and then he'll find Henson Holden. Henson Holden on a great grab by him as well.
That was a dart. Great throw, great catch. Seeing a little more of Henson Holden as the season progresses.
Which we can't forget, he did make the first touchdown grab of the entire season.
He did.
That will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, approaching the final quarter live from Gavlak. Mosley leads 35-0. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. All right, getting ready for 4th quarter action, brought to you by Check. All right, so we are so lucky. Whatever just happened. Someone sat down on our extension cord. And luckily it did not knock everything off of power because that doesn't need power to stay on.
This and the camera are good on battery. So we
were freaking out, bro. Both of us looking at each other like, oh boy, what are we about to do here? 11 and a half left to play, and there's a Bite Me Custom Treats penalty flag on the play. I love doing the broadcast the way that we do because sometimes it's like things can be so far out of our control.
Oh,
you
man.
just got to hope for the best.
I would say we have been ultimately in our 4th season here. I said to Robert Fleming, I'm like, man, we've probably done about 30 games on the road at this point, give or take. And we have been extremely blessed.
No doubt about that, and no doubt about this sound of the Southland and really the entire sideline of Mosley football pumped up. It's 35-0 underneath 11 to play. First and 10 to go. Mace is going to give it to the running back, but before Lauderdale can head towards Lauderdale, we're going to get a false start. So, I don't know directionally speaking, but for our sake, that'll be the north end zone, and that's the south end zone.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
the only reason I say that so that Khalil Lauderdale can take it to the south end zone towards Lauderdale.
Towards Fort Lauderdale. I like it. A lot of peacock bass fishing to do down there.
Oh, there you go. Did you get one of those on your?
I have not done it.
Oh, wait. What happened to the trip? Things happened?
We through a radio station won tickets to the Ryman Auditorium
Oh,
in Nashville.
That's right.
So a little audible.
And we're going to get a Mosley timeout. That's brought to you by Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Yeah, I've never caught one of those peacock bass.
It's a bucket list item for me. And it's so doable. I just got to get down there.
Yeah, you just got to get to one of them South
It's
Florida ponds.
It's a heck of a drive, man. But
the one fish I wish, and I've heard of people catching them around here very rarely, but snook. I love catching snook down in St. Pete.
Also a big thing down, like you said, down south, Florida.
Further south. Warmer waters.
This is extremely doable in our area, Dave. But I also have always wanted to hook into a little mahi-mahi.
I've got a few of those.
Never done it.
What about a goldfish? My favorite way of catching the goldfish is by throwing ping pong balls into.
Oh man, I have 2 kids. One of which is autistic. I got goldfish all over the house, brother.
Mace Grant throws it up. Is looking for Caleb.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he did everything except for land with a ball, and he had 3 Marlins all over him. Man, what an attempt there as the clock is underneath 10 minutes here. Kyle, after this possession, why don't you tell the people where they can hear 2 things, the Know It All podcast and Leave It at the Table, the YouTube show.
Oh, is that the guy that was commenting on our thing earlier?
We pay him to do that. Can't afford a camera, but we can pay a clip farmer and
a moderator.
Second down from the 23. Mace Grant's going to hand it off to Lauderdale. He trips up over his own offensive lineman. I believe that was the left tackle or left guard pulling alongside, and he will get brought down, bringing up 3rd and a long way.
The band is hype. I love it. You did say after this play, and I just completely whiffed right there.
I think I said possession, but possession, whenever you're ready, you jump right in, my friend.
I did a little Javi Baez swing and miss.
El Mago.
Some great baseball being played.
I was about to say, what do we say?
The American League.
Yeah, the American League. I mean, wild, right? Everyone's like, well, looks like we're going to be watching the Dodgers and the Mariners. Then the Blue Jays pounce in Seattle and put up some big runs of their own. Mace Grant, he's going to step up. He's going to try to run it. He's going to go down at the 30-yard line, and that'll be a loss, bringing up 4th and a ways. Let's let Talamore kick it.
I'm with you.
Just to see, how many times over the 4 years that we've been calling games, do you want to know kind of
what you got?
What you got there? And it's a lot of pressure to kick a field goal.
It's a lot easier to say up here.
Oh, no doubt. if I was Coach Tommy Joe Whidden, I'd do exactly what Coach Tommy Joe Whidden wants to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lauderdale's going to bounce out. He's going to be in that slot position. Mace is looking his way. He's going to find Lauderdale wide open in the end zone on the seam route. What a toss and what a grab.
That was a dart, an absolute dime. Great catch.
That was a little Tony Romo-esque, too.
It was, yeah, it's sharp.
Lauderdale making the reception. Mace Grant on the touchdown. And we've got a drone down.
Oh, my goodness.
Drone down at midfield.
Someone didn't charge their drone, and now it's down.
Tallamore on for the extra point. The athlete's foot.
The athlete's foot.
We'll come up with something better if he doesn't like it, but you don't pick your own nicknames. It's just not how that works.
We'll just say it's a shout out to John Madden, dude.
Oh, that thing. That was very high, end over end, and it will be good. And athlete's foot is a heck of a compliment because that just means you're playing everywhere and you're kicking and you're punting and wow.
Plus, you get associated with tough acting, Tinactin.
Oh, dude. Go, man.
Am I aging myself with the Tinactin reference?
No, I don't think so. You could be a little low trimming off, but whatever.
Ooh.
6:21, the clock is rolling down. The score here is 42-0. Kyle, tell the people about the Know It All podcast.
Hey, if you're a Florida State fan and you don't mind hearing a couple of just really, really frustrated Florida State fans do some uncensored takes on the current state of the Florida State football program, go wherever you find your podcasts and type in the Know It All podcast. That's N-O-L-E, Know It All. That's myself and Dan Gonzalez, good friend up in Bordentown, New Jersey. Host that show with me each and every week. Episodes available the first Monday after each and every game. And hey, if you don't like sports, then you can find myself and Drew Gorman. We do Leave It at the Table. We're live every Thursday night. Next 2 weeks will be on Wednesdays because Dave and I will be calling high school football games for the Mosley Dolphins.
Go
ahead.
Tallamore kicks that, and it is fielded by the return man at the 10. He makes a move and then trips up across the 20, and we've got some pushing and shoving as this is still a rivalry game despite the score. And to the second portion, as you were mentioning, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. We still got a job that we get paid to do. Leave It at the Table, live every Thursday night. Next 2 weeks will be on Wednesday night, but go look up Leave It at the Table on YouTube. And if you don't like YouTube, now you can find it in podcast form. Anywhere you get your podcast, just search Leave It at the Table. Last night we had a great conversation about a trait, Dave, that you have that is a strength and a weakness of yours.
Oh, and yes, I did want to listen to that. But I work till 10, so it's really hard for me. And I can always go back and listen to it.
Podcast form, wherever you want.
There you go. Leave It at the Table and Know It All podcast.
You know, though, Dave, I feel like I'm going to want to hear a little bit more about this game next week. Where can I do that?
Well, you've got a few options. You can go to the local sports podcast with T. Kyle Vandergrift.
Oh, you're so humble. Where can I find the best, though?
The local sports podcast with Robert Fleming and that. Then you can also go check out the Sports Republic anywhere that you listen to your podcast, the Sports Republic with David Hayes and JD Muzinski. We try to get every coach on if things work out. We also have a Player of the Week, and we put that poll up on Sundays on Instagram. Go follow the Instagram the Instagram page, the Sports Republic 850, just for nothing else but to vote for the Player of the Week. Will Cotter, drop it back, rolls right, approaches the line of scrimmage, and he overshoots his man with 4:45 left in the game.
I think AG is probably pretty upset at the house. Shout out Adam Goff. Miami's driving the field to take the lead against this Louisville Cardinals, but him and his wife Carla will get a shout out here because we have a Bite Me custom penalty. Or custom treats penalty, which I believe is going to be in the area of pass interference or defensive holding, and they will be marching this thing forward.
Bite Me Custom Treats, man, again, all of our sponsors, PCB Hobby, y'all go check them out Sunday through Sunday. We're only open on Sunday from 12 to 6. I'm there Friday and Saturday from 10 to 6. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 6 against Sunday 12 to 6. Will Cotter throws it up in another great play. I think, again, intercepted. And I do believe, again, that is number 10.
Are they calling it a pick?
I'm not sure. No, that will be an incomplete pass.
Okay.
But a great attempt there. Trying to read the number.
It's
I don't.
like an 11 from here, is that?
No, that would have been Wyatt Fleming. Wyatt Fleming's not going to be that far down the field.
No, that's fair.
It might have been 17, which would be Grayson Malden.
We are
Gavin Malden. His brother was Grayson, who played prior.
Grayson was a dog. Excited to see his younger brother get some rub as the.
Speaking of brother and brother, how about IP3 Isaac Pauls at Kennesaw State as Will Cotter's going to throw it over the middle of the field. This
he got
time,
that one, didn't
that will not hit the ground. That is Gavin Malden. Gavin Malden is spinning like he hit the B button 3 or 4 times and goes down around the 21-yard line. And we've got less than 3 minutes left to go, so anything we want to get off our chest, we better leave it at the table right here.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say to everybody out there, take your mental health seriously. Hey, just a second to talk about something serious, man. Take it seriously. There are plenty of resources out there for you, for anybody you love and care about. Be there for your people, and be there for yourself as well, and let people be there for you.
We will get to the Reliance South. I agree 100%. We will get to the Reliance South Construction Player of the Game as soon as the clock shows 0. Want to thank Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge, 1389, Reliance South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, Whitehead Plumbing. Holden is in motion. He looked like he was about to toss it up there, but the blockers are in full force. He puts a juke move up towards the inside of the field and will go down near the 10. Thanks to Dermatology Associates, Skin and Cancer Center, Rosemary and Thyme, Sonny's Barbecue, Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, and Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming. Also, Mr. Eddie's Barbershop. They've got 2 great locations, one off of Lisenby. As you're getting near, if you take that right on Lisenby, headed towards 390, they're right there off of Lisenby. Also, right out here on the beach, after you cross 79, getting near the Conservation Park. They do cashier checks only. We're going to hand it off to Lauderdale here. Lauderdale bounces out to the outside. He dives!
Oh, wow. Lost the ball
awaiting the call here. This is going to be a huge one. We don't have instant replay. That is a Mosley football touchdown. Khalil Lauderdale, back-to-back touchdowns, one via the air, this time on the ground. Beach House Sales and Development touchdown.
I love it.
Louisville on top of the Canes, 24-21. It's 40-8 to nothing, pending the Talon Moore, the athlete's foot extra point. Dude, that Lauderdale kid is exciting. Oh, we've got a lot of things happening here.
My goodness.
And that kick is up, and it is good, and it should, I don't know. If someone's on the field, I don't know if they, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they only had 10.
Down. Okay.
But offensively, don't you have to be set for the ball to be snapped?
I do believe that is correct.
Which is, I would say, irrelevant with 30. I'm just really asking for myself here. 49-0 is the score. Beach House Sales and Development, the Gulf's premier real estate group from PC to 30A and probably beyond that. Beth lets nothing in her way. Bite Me Custom Treats. Call Carla at 319-6857. Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Give Matt Simmons a call at 850-896-4156. My good friend, golfwithjay.com. Hey, email him directly at jhenley80. That's jhenley80 @gmail.com. We got Price & Sons Fencing and KL Skaggs Heating and Air. And we'll get ready for the Reliance South Construction Player of the Game. Kyle, tough decision to make. Who's it going to be? Oh, my Red Bull spilled.
You know, we've been kind of dancing around it all season. We're going to go JP Holstenbach tonight.
We haven't named him?
We have not. No, we have not.
I like that, man, because he slung it tonight, man. He slung it.
He threw some great passes.
I got to give honorable mention to Khalil Lauderdale. That kid impressed the heck out of me tonight.
Awesome,
Dawson Reed, Mace Grant. I mean, the second string
Gavin
gets
Malden.
honorable mention.
Almost won Gavin Malden, too.
Yeah,
But JP loses his #1 target early in the game, and whether that's oh my goodness, and Carson Beck just threw a pick.
Yes. Go Dogs.
He loses his #1 target. The guy, Adam Land, first play of the game before he even touches the field offensively, and that's hard to rebound from, and he had a heck of a game tonight.
All right, well, that is going to do it. Your quarterback, J.P. Hulseback, named the Reliance South Construction Player of the Game, and it was a great effort from your Mosley Dolphins tonight. We will not be on the broadcast next Friday. Why, Kyle? Because we're going to be at Tommy Oliver Thursday night.
We will, baby.
The Dolphins will be hosting Gulf Breeze. We'll finish out the season at Tommy Oliver before getting ready for the postseason. Y'all have a great evening. For Kyle Wright, I'm David Hayes. Thank you to all of our sponsors. And just remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.